Got it. Gotcha, Jess. Got it. Got it. Okay. We are going to talk all about women's health and hormones. Very exciting things that a lot of us probably don't want to deal with or talk about, but honestly, guys, we kind of have to, right? This is the hand we've been dealt. So I want to introduce myself first. My name is Christine Ferry. This is my home team. I like to refer to them as. These are my girls. Maddie is 14. She is going to be a freshman in high school next year. And this is Jane. She is 10, so she's wrapping up 5th grade. We started using oils probably about 4 years ago. And honestly, guys, I just started to use them because we moved into a new house and the house had a really funky smell. And I couldn't be trusted with candles because I'm not a very responsible adult, even though I should be as a parent, but I'm not. And I had seen oils in different places, and I actually just got a diffuser from HomeGoods and started diffusing oils, and I just got addicted to them. I love the smell. I love the way they make me feel. And from that, it morphed into getting off my anxiety medication with the essential oils, she was my first grade at the time, to finally sleep through the night after 7 years of being up all the time, and on and on and on and on, basically. So it just kind of snowballed from there. I am a single parent to these 2 nuggets, and I'm a 5th grade teacher at a public school, which I used to do it at a public school, but as you guys know now, I just do it in my dining room with this computer. So there's that. So my intention for this class is to just give you guys an overview of little tips and tricks of things that we can do to make our lives better with our hormones, because it's a very delicate, intricate web of the way that our body works. So my goal for you is just to hear out some issues that you're having and to give you some super, super simple solutions that when you leave this class tonight, you could be like, tonight I'm going to use that, or tomorrow I'm going to start doing this, so that you can kind of see some changes right away. So don't feel overwhelmed that you have to grasp everything, because it may be a lot of information. Just try to catch on with 1 or 2 things that you want to take away from this. So I know that Anne is from the Carolinas, but I was curious before we move on too, if you guys just want to pop in the chat and just say like where you're from. I'm just curious how far we're kind of reaching out, where if you're from different states, if you're from different cities, just type in the chat where you guys are coming from, because I think there's so many things about this quarantine that are so depressing and sad. And I think a perk of this has been these Thursday night classes have been really awesome. And it's been such a nice escape from everything else. So it's really nice to connect with people this way. And personally, I know if this were real life, there's no way I could have made every one of these Thursday night classes, because my kids would have been involved in a million different things. And I'm sure the same is for you guys. You would have had a million things going on. So it's really nice that we could make the most of this time and do this. So I just thought it'd be fun to see where everybody is from. And Jess, there's no way for me to see the chat when I'm sharing. Is that what you said?
Yeah, no, but there's a lot of people saying where they're from, and you're right, they're from all over the place.
Really? Give me some cool places.
I saw Connecticut. I saw Hockessin, Delaware. Where else? South Jersey, Carmel, New York.
So fun.
Bluffton, Hilton Head.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
Oh, we have someone from Outer Space Universe. Can you guess who that is, Christine?
I don't know. Who is that?
Ruth Ann.
I was going to say that. I didn't want to put her on blast, but that was just my guess. That was my gut. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I would love for you guys to do is if you could just rate yourselves. So, and this is going to be very different for each person, obviously. But if you guys could just rate yourselves on a scale of 1 to 10 about how your symptoms are in general with your womanly stuff. I know we're probably all at very different stages of life with this. Some people are, you know, in it 100%, like in the pregnancy baby stage. Some people are perimenopausal, postmenopausal, all the kind of thing. Think about all of your symptoms and rate yourself. And if you feel comfortable, pop it in the chat too. And just like, let us know where you're at on scale of 1 to 10 with your symptoms. 10 is like, I'm losing my mind, I can't handle anything. And 1 is like, I don't even have any symptoms. What are you talking about? Okay. And then after that, if you guys want to jot down for yourselves, think about the areas that are the most difficult for you. Are you struggling with like hyper and hypothyroid? Is weight an issue for you? I know a lot of women, especially at this stage, for me personally, it's the stomach weight that starts to just kind of hang on there. And we know that it is definitely hormonal. Are you having mood swings? Like literally, who's not having mood swings right now though? Like honestly, like if you're saying you're not, like, can we talk afterwards? Because you're amazing. Poor memory, infertility. Like I want you to kind of focus on what your conditions are as we go through this, because then you can grasp onto the parts that will make the most sense to you. Okay. And also anything that you guys share in the chat about your personal information or questions you have is always, it's a safe space and nothing is shared with anyone else. So please feel comfortable to ask questions and to share conditions or situations that you feel comfortable doing so. All right, so let's do this, guys. Here we go. It's like 5th grade health came right back at you. Because honestly, my 14-year-old walked past this and she was like, oh God, like, what are you doing? And I was like, this is what we're doing. Like, a lot of us don't even want to deal with this because, you know, we don't always feel comfortable, but we got to know what the cards we've been dealt, guys, right? And when we talk about our reproductive system, this is all the things we're talking about, right? We're talking about the ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, our external genitalia, our breasts, and all the things that work together with the endocrine system. And the reason why we have to kind of keep this in mind is because all these different things are producing all these hormones, and these hormones are what's making us have these symptoms. So we kind of have to know where the baseline is here. A lot of times you guys may think of like estrogen in regards to like fertility and menstrual cycles, but they actually play a much larger role. So all the hormones are connected, and we're going to talk about what kind of symptoms you're seeing and what that may be telling you about your body and the way that it's handling your hormones. All right, so you guys are going to be like, really again with this? But yes, 100% again with this. If you guys have been on this before, you know we will talk about lifelong vitality until we can't speak anymore, because it is crucial. And you may be thinking like, we're talking about hormones and, you know, how to regulate my lady stuff. Why are we talking about vitamins? The reason why we're talking about vitamins is because if your body doesn't have what it needs, it's going to jack up all your systems. And the first one it's going for are your hormones, because your hormones are the most delicate cycle you have. So if your body's not getting the right nutrients, it's not getting the right minerals, it's going to blow it up inside. So this is the foundation. A lot of people say that, you know, they feel so much better when they take lifelong vitality. They have more energy, their mood is better, they sleep better, their pain is, you know, decreased. And while I 100% agree with that, I have to tell you guys from personal experience, this is the kind of thing that I don't notice until I don't have it. And I'll speak that from experience, because last week when our governor said, we're going to stay in our houses until June 4th, I basically was like, why bother? Like, I'm just going to eat Tostitos all the time. I'm not going to take any vitamins, because what is the point? I'm stuck in this house. And I want to say that was sometime last week. Well, this Sunday, I literally could not get off the couch. Like Sunday and Monday, I felt like a complete zombie. I couldn't get up. I was in like the worst mood, way worse than most pandemic moods. And my memory was crap. I just felt absolutely terrible. And I'm like, what is it? And I realized, well, I stopped taking these vitamins. So if you are taking them and you're like, I'm not quite sure if this is doing much, you will see when you stop, you will derail completely. So just kind of want to say that about that. All right, secondly, my 2 faves, PB Assist and Terrazyme. Again, I know you're probably thinking, why is this related to hormones? But I'm going to tell you, there's a huge connection with hormones. All right, so who knows the name of the hormone that makes all of our stress? The stress hormone that we're always trying to kind of like keep low. Does anybody know the name of that? You guys can put it in the chat maybe. I don't know. I wanted to make this more interactive, Justin. I'm struggling.
Yeah, they put it in the chat. People are saying cortisol.
Yes, right? So cortisol is like, that's like the one we want to stay away from, right? When we're stressed out, when we're, our plate is too full, our cortisol levels spike, and we're seeing all kinds of problems. Now, on the other side of that, what is the other stress, the other hormone that we're trying to get more of? Can you guys put that in there too? Jess, do they know that one?
There have been no responses yet.
Come on, guys.
Sorry.
You do this.
Serotonin, vitamin D.
Serotonin, yes. So serotonin is the hormone that we want. That's what's going to make us feel better. It's going to make us be in a better mood. It's going to make us sleep better. And guess where 90% of that is produced? In your gut. So boom, right? That's the kind of thing that like we don't think about. Who thinks about the fact that you be in a good mood because your gut's working cool? These two products are crucial for that. So the PB Assist is going to help keep those levels in a good place so that your mood is high, you're sleeping well, your overall health is good. And we know Terrazyme too is absolutely crucial to your gut health because it's going to help break down your food and help your body absorb the stuff that it needs to and get rid of the junk that causes your serotonin, your cortisol to kind of jack up again. All right. All right, so next up, bone nutrient. And we're going to talk about bone nutrient because we know that a lot of women are going to suffer from osteoporosis. There are so many numbers and stats that just say as we get older, women, our bone health and the density and the quality of it just go on a drastic decline. Don't wait until this becomes a problem. So in your 20s, is where your bones are the most dense and the most alive. So after that, it slowly kind of starts to deteriorate. If you start supplementing with a bone nutrient supplement like this while your bones are still in good working condition, you're going to see much less of that decline because you're not going to make more after that. It's just going to get more and more brittle, even if you don't have any conditions. Now, what's going to happen too is that when your estrogen levels go down, as you get closer to menopause, the bone loss is going to speed up. So you want to take a supplement like this to help boost it up before it's kind of too late. So a lot of people will say, oh, I'll just wait till I get older and then I'll start taking things to do that. And the problem with that is it's just too late. So especially for pregnant and nursing women too, because when you're pregnant and when you're nursing, the first place your body's going to take nutrients from are your bones. That's where the baby and all the things are going to kind of drag it away from. So that's why it's really important to get on top of this ahead of time. Now, this is not just calcium. So the bone nutrient complex has calcium, vitamin C, vitamin D, magnesium, zinc, and copper. And although this is for women, it says like doTERRA women, men can use it too because men also do suffer from bone loss and bone issues as well. So, side note on that. All right, Jess, are we good with stuff?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. All right, next up. This one should have like little flames around it because this vitamin supplement is amazing. It's called phytoestrogen complex. And basically everyone that has the parts that we showed on the first slide should have this in their system so that all their stuff is in working order. Now, what this is, it's not estrogen. It's a natural form of estrogen that helps your body process and naturally balance out your levels. Okay, it's a blend of plant phytoestrogens, and it's going to support your hormone balance naturally. So your body, you're kind of tricking your body. It tricks your body into thinking that it's getting estrogen. Now, if you have too much estrogen, it's going to mess with your cycle. It's going to mess with menstruation. It can make things really, really uncomfortable for your body. And a lot of us, and if you feel comfortable saying it, like how many of us have taken birth control in the past? I mean, I bet you'd like put a 1 in the chat box if you've ever taken birth control like on a consistent basis, because I know that my age group and like people in their 40s, we were giving it out like candy basically in high school. If you had any issue at all, if you had cramps, if you had heavy bleeding, if you had irregular, take it. And we were all like, okay, let's just all take it. I remember being away with my friends and like everybody just had packets out all over the place because that's just what you did. So if you have taken birth control, the issue with that is when you take birth control, it seems really great because you don't have a cycle, right? And you're like, this is awesome, or your cycle is very short. What happens though is that your lining is not shed each month. So when that happens, you got to build up of estrogen in your system. What phytoestrogen does is it goes in and it kind of scrapes all that out naturally. There's flax in there, and the flaxseed extract is really good at scraping out that excess estrogen that's in your body. So it will help flush out all the damage that you may have done to your reproductive system through all those years of taking all different supplements. This can really help a ton with your regularity of your cycle. So if your cycle is not happening within the range of whatever it is, like 20 to 30 days, then this is something you'd want to use. If you're struggling with fertility, this is something that could really help to get your system back on track and help balance out those levels. Women who, and in our group, I've done some research and checked out with some people, there have been women in our group who have had hysterectomies, who have, instead of taking hormone replacement, they're taking Lifelong Vitality and phytoestrogen and Claricom, and they are having like amazing results. Now, I'm not telling everybody just go ahead and do that, but if this is something that you want to do instead of putting hormones into your body, I would definitely suggest talking to your doctor and sharing this with them and asking them what they think. You know, or trying things out yourself too. Sometimes, you know, it's important to try new things and just pay attention to your body and see how you feel with it. I also think this would help a ton if you suffer from hormonal migraines, because people who get the hormonal migraines, it's happening because your levels are so out of whack that it just affects your brain, and it just feels like that tension. And taking this on the regular would definitely help with that too. Okay. You guys have any questions about this one? Because I feel like this is a big one. We're good?
Somebody asked, would this be good to take for endometriosis?
Yes, definitely. Okay. All right, let's talk about some oils. Who got their rose and their BOGOs? You got your rose, get ready, because it's going to help with your hormones too. So rose is basically the highest vibrational oil that we have. It's the queen. She's the fanciest. She's super expensive, not because we're marking up prices, but because it takes so many rose petals to actually get a bottle of rose. It is absolutely magic for your hormones too. It can boost libido. It's going to help with openness, and it's just so great for naturally balancing your hormones. You can also put it on your abdomen if you are having any struggles with like your menstruation and cramping, or if you're trying to get yourself on a regular cycle. If you add this in with your phytoestrogen and just apply it to your abdomen and your stomach daily, it can help promote the regular ovulation too. All right, I think the next one you guys are gonna know a lot about. Oh, before I move on too though, if you got the Mother's Day set, which had, Blue Lotus, Jasmine, Neroli, and Magnolia, all of those oils are so great for hormones. So you can also add those in with your rose for these type of things too, if you're looking for new ways to use them. All right, next up, who loves Claricom? Put a C in the comment in the chat box if you love Claricom. All right, this one, I know we sing the praises of Claricom all the time. Claricom literally saves us from losing our minds on the daily. So we like to put it on the inner ankle bones because that's the pressure point associated with the reproductive system. It's a blend of clary sage, lavender, bergamot, who doesn't love that, Roman chamomile, ylang ylang, cedarwood, geranium, fennel, carrot seed, palmarosa, and all of these together, when used consistently, you will see dramatic results. You'll see such a change in your mood, in your PMS, in your just your overall cycle and the way that you feel. I would suggest, if you're getting closer to menopause or perimenopausal, to apply it twice a day. Especially if you're having a hard time sleeping at night and you're waking up with hot flashes, you might want to apply it in the morning and then again at night before you go to bed, just to kind of give yourself that little extra boost, because your hormones are like really turning up the volume on you. For pregnant people, you're not going to want to use this because clary sage is something that could trigger, where's my word, delivery of your child when you don't want to do that yet. But if you are in the later stages of pregnancy and you want to get that baby going and you're like, come on, you know, it's time for you to exit the situation, then you might want to start using Claricom on your abdomen and on your ankles to kind of get it going, but not until you know, like, you know, it's go time. Also, if you have preteens or teenagers at home, I would say there's no too young age to start this. As soon as you see your daughters start to show these lovely hormonal signs of like the mood swings and just like flipping out at you and just like, you know, getting teenagey, I would highly suggest just handing them the Clarycom and walking away. Like just leave it on their nightstand and be like, just trust me, just do this. For my daughter, we started doing it. I would take half of it and dilute it for her at first because she was a little bit younger, and I was just kind of wanted to make sure everything was diluted in a safe way for her. And for her too, I have to say, I think because she uses it regularly, she's not experiencing the teenage breakout that a lot of her friends are suffering from because she's really consistent with using this. Jess, I think somebody's off mute. Do you hear that?
Yes, but I don't have.
Hold on, I can do it. I got it. All right. Okay. All right, let's talk about Shark Week. Put in the comments if you guys have a name for that lovely time of the month. My personal favorite is Shark Week, just because it kind of makes light of the whole situation. And that's what my sister and I like to refer to it as. Like if we're both in a bad mood, she'll be like, hey man, like it's probably Shark Week, right? You know, and then I'm like, how dare you? But usually it is. So if it's Shark Week, Jess, do we have any fun other words? Because I would love to hear you say them.
People are loving Shark Week. There's also Aunt Flo, Zelda.
Zelda. That's
My
new.
friend is over.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, because it's that time of the month.
All right. Okay.
Moon Cycle.
Oh, that's Ruthie.
That's Danielle. Close.
Danielle. Close. Close. So fun.
That's it for now.
All right. I like that. Okay. So some things that when Shark Week comes to town, Deep Blue, because I know people experience different levels of cramping. Sometimes people are like, oh, it's kind of like a cramp. And some people are like, you don't even know cramps because it's a chainsaw to my stomach. If you suffer from the latter, Deep Blue is great. Deep Blue is going to help with all those aches, especially if you get cramps in your back. A lot of people will have different kind of cramping in their lower back. The Deep Blue rub is awesome for that. The Copaiba soft gels are a dream come true for anything, but especially during PMS and during Shark Week. Because all the soreness that your body's going through, like your body's basically in war every month when we do this, and Copaiba just like kind of takes care of it and calms it down. Plus it's going to calm your emotions as well, which we know we probably need an extra dose of when it's Shark Week. All right, so here are some other recipes that were not in your handout. So if, you know, these are things you may want to take little screenshots of or take notes of if they speak to you. So there's a lot of different hormone blends. Some people, you know, if you're like not that into Clarycom or you like to make things yourself, here are some other options. There's some Happy Hormones blend, which is lavender, frank, ylang ylang, and clary sage that you can make your own roller. On the right, there's a Superwoman blend, which has clary sage, lavender, geranium, cedarwood, and ylang ylang. And in the middle is for my heavy flow friends or my perimenopausal friends, the people who, you know, all of a sudden you think you're almost done this and you're like, I just got shot, basically. So if you're suffering from like very heavy flow, this, I can speak from personal experience, is an amazing recipe. So the crucial part about this recipe, if you or anyone you love is suffering from this, you have to start it the week before. Like you can't just put it on as, you know, once your cycle's already going, because it's already coming. Like you're a day late and a dollar short. You have to really chart your cycle and know the week before, put this on every single day. You will see such a difference in the amount of release from your stuff, for lack of better words. So, and that's rum and chamomile, geranium, lemon, and cypress. Highly recommend. Okay, some other struggles that we may be having with our hormones, brain fog. Anybody, just, you know, throw your paw up if you're struggling with brain fog from time to time because of hormones. I don't know if it's hormones or it's just my brain at this point, but like I definitely struggle with this. So this is a great brain fog recipe that you can roll onto your brain stem, like in the back of your head, right at the base of your skull. And it's wild orange, bergamot, rosemary, peppermint, and frank. We know frank is amazing for brain health altogether. On the right, we've got a little recipe from Hot Flash Friends. All my people who are feeling extra hot, you don't even choose it, and it's like cold outside, and you're ready to like throw the sheets out the window. This recipe is called Cool Your Hot Mess, and it's a combination of wild orange, clary sage, geranium, and peppermint. And this is just one option, guys. Honestly, if you're having hot flashes, there are a lot of different recipes. Most of them are going to include peppermint because we know peppermint is super cooling to the body. I know, Dana, you like peppermint with patchouli, right? That's Dana's go-to cool down recipe. And I don't know if it was you, Dana, but I think you might have told me to put it on the back of our knees. I don't know if you did or not. But I know that rolling it there seemed to really help bring the whole body temperature down, especially when you're going to bed at night. If you know you're going to suffer from a hot flash at nighttime when you're going to sleep, that's a good place.
Christine, especially just peppermint. I usually have a roller ball of just peppermint that I put on the back of my knees. And it's amazing when you lay down, you can immediately feel it like radiate up your legs.
Especially when you know it's going to get warmed up pretty soon, right?
Absolutely.
Getting ahead of it, Dana, I love it. All right, so like we said, there's a lot of different ones. Those are just a couple. All right, so we're going to kind of talk.
Can you go back 1 second, Christine? I'm trying to write down the drops from the
This one?
fog. Yeah.
Will Todd be gone?
I'm going to put the number of drops in the comments.
Yeah. And guys, be careful with that one now that it's getting nice out because it has wild orange and bergamot, and you don't want to be in the sun with that. So put it where the sun don't shine.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I want to just talk quickly about the web that we talked about in the beginning, because I know we talk a lot about, you know, our lady stuff and those hormones, but it's a bigger puzzle than that. So the endocrine system is that whole web of all these different glands in our body that produce these things that have us produce the symptoms that we don't want to have. So the better we can kind of understand these different areas and help them, the cooler we're going to feel. So I'm not going to go over all this right now because the next slides are going to go over each one. All right, so the endocrine system has all of these different glands, which these are basically like the control panel of our body in so many ways. It's just so essential that we get things in place so that all of these different glands are vibing together at the same time so that we feel like our body is in balance. And oils are the best way to do this because they can affect the cells, all of the cells for all of these different parts of the system in so many ways. Okay. This is stuff we probably learned about in high school or college and you're like, who cares? Right. But like now we're like, oh my God, we do care because this is the problem. All right. So let's start with the liver. I mean, I think this is very timely right now because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of people that I'm talking to are enjoying some things right now that are definitely affecting their liver. In addition to the fact that we should just keep our liver in good health all the time. I get you, right? You know, a lot of quarantinis, a lot of slushies, because we're like, what else are we doing? So now more than ever, I feel like it's really important to take care of your liver because your liver it's the filter for your whole body. So if your liver's not working right and filtering stuff out, all that junk is getting into your bloodstream and getting into all the parts of your body that you don't want it to get into. So the way to balance your liver with oils, number one, water, 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 so much water. I cannot say enough how much water we should be drinking. And I get it, guys, like we're on a toilet paper shortage. So I can see that you might be like a little apprehensive to up your gallon, but it's worth it. It's worth like the hustle to the grocery store and going in the one-way aisle to get your toilet paper because your body needs water so badly. Everybody should be drinking at least half their body weight in water every single day. Even better than that, add lemon to it because lemon is a natural detox and it's going to help support your liver health tremendously. In addition to that, Zendocrine. Zendocrine is an amazing, it comes in an oil and in soft gels. And what it does is it's going to help your body naturally detox and it's going to help cleanse all those toxins out and it's going to stop the free radical and help with the free radicals that are slowing down all of your other systems. Okay. Liver, check. Okay, your pancreas too. pancreas is going to help with our blood sugar levels, all the cravings that you have and all the different things that kind of come to mind when your blood sugar drops. You know that terrible feeling when your blood sugar drops and your head starts to hurt and you just feel terrible, and then you make terrible decisions like eating a whole bag of Tostitos instead of an actual dinner? Like, you know, someone might have done that. One thing that you can do to support your pancreas and to support your blood sugar levels is take 1 to 3 Slim and Sassy soft gels. Now, you can take the soft gels or you can use the oil. You can put the oil in a veggie cap. If you don't mind the taste of the oil, you can put it in your water. Any of those kind of things, it's going to help your body to release the water. So if you feel like you're puffy and you're bloated, you need some Slim and Sassy in there, and it's going to help to release that water that's kind of being built up. All right. We good? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Next one is your adrenals. All right. So adrenal fatigue is something that people are talking about all the time. That the adrenal fatigue is affecting our body in so many ways. It's affecting our ability to think. It's affecting our energy. And one way that you can help support your adrenals is by using Magnolia. And Magnolia, if you guys don't have it in this big touch form, it was one of the small rollers too in the Mother's Day set. And your adrenals are kind of like in your back above your kidneys. So you can just take Magnolia and roll it right on your back to help support that, just like once or twice a day. I like to add basil to mine because basil is also really great for adrenal support. So I have a roller where I just used a pipette and took some Magnolia out and I added some basil to it. And I keep it on my, like where I do my makeup and stuff. So when I get dressed in the morning, I just grab it real quick and just roll my back. I mean, I think I'm hitting the area pretty close. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I just kind of roll it on just to move on from there. Another thing that's really going to help your adrenals is Mito 2 Max. And Jess, I don't know if Claire's in this or not, but I know that she loves Mito 2 Max so much. So this is something that's really going to help your adrenals too. And it's also going to help a ton with your energy. So if you're having like, kind of like your adrenal depletion would cause things like brain fog, low energy, depressive mood. If you're having like really significant, like, you know, salt and sugar cravings, lightheadedness and all those kind of things, both of these things are really going to help to support your adrenals and bring you back to a better place. All right. And this, because when your adrenals are going down and they're not supported well, you know who shows up? Cortisol. We don't need any more of that, right? We bring enough cortisol in just thinking about all the things we're worried about. So keeping your adrenals in check is really going to help keep the cortisol at bay too. All right. All right, last one that we're going to talk about is thyroid. And again, thyroid is a very complicated part of our body. And there's so many different things to do with thyroid, and there's so many different ways to support your thyroid. This is just one way that you can help support your thyroid. So you just need a roller of clove, myrrh, frankincense, and lemongrass. Top it with fractionated coconut oil, and then apply it to your thyroid area 3 times a day. Some people really seem to help with this with intermittent fasting too. You know, not the super extreme one where like you're only eating for like 2 hours of the day and, you know, starving yourself for the rest. But there's some research that shows that intermittent fasting can also help with thyroid too. All right. Okay, next up, I love this resource. So if you guys, that's honestly like the tip of the iceberg. I feel like we could spend a whole class just talking about one hormone basically and ways that we can support it. This woman, Dr. Maritza Snyder, has done the research for us. She's amazing. She has written this great book called The Essential Oils Hormone Solution. This book has so many recipes. It's broken down into recipes for all the different things we talked about. There's diffuser recipes. There are roller recipes. She has inhaler recipes that she suggests from everything, for digestive system, for thyroid. I cannot recommend this woman enough. If you're like, hey, I can't handle another book right now because I'm reading so many things, she's on Instagram. So you could follow her on Instagram. You can go to her website. She has a Facebook group. She does live videos, but I would highly suggest you guys take a peek at her if you want to learn more. She has a 14-day hormone reset plan too. So if you're looking to like shake up your quarantine and reset your hormones, it's a very specific plan that takes you into a more hormonal place. Okay. All right, so last up, we always like to end with a sample wellness box. Sample wellness box is the same as your LRP order, your loyalty rewards order. This is something that you could put together. You could throw into your kit, you know, this month, next month, if this is something you want to tackle and start making some changes with. It has the phytoestrogen, the bone nutrient, Claricom, and Rose. And it's 125 PV, 139.50. And the way that the Women's Health Kit is bundled this way, the Women's Health Kit is Claricom, bone nutrient, and phytoestrogen, and then we just added the Rose as a separate item on here. But this Women's Health Kit is discounted because it's together like that. So if this was something that you wanted to start, this would be a good combination. All right. Then, you know, we always talk about our LRP tips, you know, like the best things in life, tacos, LRP, you get it. So we talk about all the different ways that LRP is awesome. When I talk to new people and I tell them about it, they're like, hold up, so this is free? And they're gonna give me free stuff? And I'm like, I know, right? Like I think people think I'm messing with them at first because I'm telling them, yeah, you just, you know, buy what you wanna buy and they're gonna give you points to get free stuff. And they're like, where's the catch? How much does it cost? I'm like, it doesn't cost anything. So I was curious, guys, in the comments, what's something that you used to buy at a store that you don't buy at a store anymore because you use LRP? If it's like laundry detergent or face wash or toothpaste or shampoo. I did want to get into all that, but I'm like, this class would go like a million hours long because so many of those things have toxins in them that are going to mess with your hormones as well, which I would have done a whole slide on that too, but I don't want to keep you guys here a million years. So to me, loyalty rewards is a no-brainer. If you love your oils and you're like committed to, you know, living a healthier lifestyle and you want to get free stuff, win-win, right? All right. Before we stop, I wanted to see if there were any testimonials. If anybody wants to share something. And you know what, Jess, I could probably stop share for a second and then go back to the code.
Yeah, I do that too.
All right. All right, so does anybody have any personal testimonials that they want to share about any of the products that we just talked about, like Claricom or any of that stuff? You guys, come on. All
You
right,
know, I'm unfortunately, I'm joined by like a couple other people now,
Hi,
so I'm not
Jean.
going to. Can you hear us okay?
oh my God, hey.
Yeah.
Teeny, we
Sorry
miss you.
about this. They just really wanted to. They're really proud of you, and we would like to say that. I'm sorry, that I really feel like I want to hurt people who I live with when it is close to Shark Week, and they're usually people who are not a grown-up,
Mm-hmm.
and I would not be alive without essential oils.
What's
I
called
think
Shark Week?
Because of the emotional properties that I know you covered,
Shark Week.
but that there is a shark
Tea
that
and
are
where
so
Maddie and
important to me.
Jane.
So thank you for this. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. Okay, I saw there were some other participants with their hands up. Ruthie, do you want to share?
You can.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So as like your sister said, like you want to like kill people.
Wait, so you can tell that was my sister?
Touch. So as she was saying, like when I don't use my Claricom, I have a way sharper tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I have to apologize and excuse myself to go use my Claricom, and 95% of the time it's in my bra because I need to have access to it at all times.
Yeah.
And the extra added benefit of using it for a sharp tongue is that when you use it constantly, you could use it 2 times a day and still have the same kind of effects, but I like to use it more than that, is you reduce any kind of hormonal breakouts. around the chin area, T-zone, whether they're real deep or they're just little, as long as you keep your hands off and use your Claricom, like it makes your skin really nice and keeps your tongue from killing people.
Yeah, which is our goal right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep everyone alive.
Mm-hmm.
Is our goal.
And I'm sorry, one more. Slim and Sassy soft gels. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And I'm about to like take 5 of them because of the sugar intake from quarantine.
Right? Truth.
Yeah.
The legit.
So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Christine.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Carolyn.
Hey, well, going on the Slim and Sassy, I take the Slim and Sassy. I have high cholesterol, and I've been taking Slim and Sassy, and last year my cholesterol was down like 25 points. So I still continue to take it in the capsule, and like I go back for blood work in June, but I'm really anxious to see, like, hopefully that'll continue. But I nothing else changed in my life except for I started to take that. So like, I know the woman who just was on was said about the Slim and Sassy, like for her and for me, I think that's made a big difference with bringing my cholesterol level down without like the extra meds.
Which is so amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it absolutely is.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have facts to back it up. I think a lot of times with our oil usage, we're like, we just feel better. You know, and we're so happy with that, but it's so awesome to also hear the scientific part of it too, to be like, my numbers are down, like things are definitely better.
Right, because my doctor did last year say like, all right, what's the change? What are you doing? You eating like less chocolate or less this or less that? And I was like, not really, I'm doing this. So yeah, like I said, I'm excited just to get my blood work back again and just, you know, hopefully continue that.
That's amazing. I love it. I love it. All right, so before, we're gonna wrap up, right? I'm gonna do my code word, Jess.
Yep, sounds good.
You know, I'm gonna keep rambling if I don't do that. All right, so your code word is Shark Week. So I would like you to text Shark Week to the person that invited you to class as, you know, your attendance, so that if this, you know, that for some of you guys, this is your 7 out of 8. So you're getting very close to a certificate and a gift next week, aren't you? Which is very exciting. So make sure that you text that to your advocate. And if you want to stick around, I'm just going to talk about my business story super fast. If you do not, that is okay too. Your choice. All right, I'm going to go back and share my screen again. I think you're awesome, Stacy. All right. Let's go back. Thanks for watching. Shark Week. I love that I'm getting all these texts that say Shark Week right now. Okay. All right, so my oil business story. When Jess said that we were going to add this in, I thought that was such an interesting question because, you know, you're just not sure where you're going to go with this. I can go in a lot of different directions. I'm not going to get too super personal, but I'll probably be like a little vulnerable that might make you uncomfortable as visitors and watchers, but that's a you problem, not a me problem. So I would say overall, my oil, just the way that I even fell into this is so weird. So I found a diffuser at Home Goods and I bought oils on Amazon, which I know we're all like, that's the most loser thing that you can do. But I did it because I didn't know any better. And I didn't know anyone using oils at all. No one, not one single person were using oils. And for some reason I was just really drawn to them and I wanted to use them and I started to diffuse them. And then I couldn't stop talking about them to literally anyone that wanted to talk to me. But I was teaching myself. I didn't know anything about them. And I'm not a good learner from books, which is confusing because I'm a teacher. So I probably should have a better connection with literature, but I do not. I learn best when I can talk to someone and when I can sit down with them and just say, this is my problem. This is what I need. Can you tell me what worked for you? And if I trust you as a person, I'm going to do what you tell me to do. And I didn't have that. So I went to the place where we go when we don't have information, Facebook. And I went to a place you go when you really need help, which is a community group. And I posted in the mainline parent community group a question about doTERRA versus Young Living, which is very scandalous because it started this whole uproar of like, like a fight basically between strangers on the internet, and I felt terrible. Like my empathy levels were through the roof. I felt like, oh my God, I caused all this problem. But Jess was on there, and I actually went back when I was thinking about this presentation, what I was going to say, I went back and Googled my name in the mainline parent community and found the thread. And like, Jess, people were nasty. They were going back and forth, and it was awful. But what I loved about it was that Jess and Ruthie, I think, also was in there, and they said, hey, we're in Havertown and we do classes. And I was like, I'm in Havertown. Like, I just want to talk to people who love to smell oils. So I started creeping on them on Facebook, and they posted that they were doing a business class. And at this point, I knew that if I was going to get into this, I wanted to do some type of business with it because I couldn't stop talking about it, and my collection was getting extensive, and as a single parent who is a teacher, my salary is not too lucrative. So I needed to figure out a situation to make this work. So I showed up at this church on the Thursday night, and I just literally bombarded these people with questions. Like, I just had my paw up like the whole time. I was like, what about this? What do you do for that? And they were probably like, who is this rando that just walked in here asking all these questions? And from there, I started working with Ruthie and with Jess, and it was so far outside of my comfort zone. Like, I was not the kind of person that just walked into a place where I didn't know anybody ever. And it just was like, it was also like a super difficult time personally in my life. I had just moved to Havertown, and I had left my marital home in Springfield because I was year 2 of a 6-year divorce battle. I like to call it a battle because that's pretty accurate as to what it was. I would say traumatic is a mild term, maybe. I don't know. You know, I'm seeing some people that I know in the crowd nodding that they agree with that. So I honestly feel like using these oils, which sounds very not like me to say this, but using these oils and meeting these people like literally saved me at a time where I was going down hard. Like I could have turned into a person that kind of felt sorry for myself all the time because things were so bad and things were so just really traumatic for me and for the girls. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to put my energy somewhere else, and I just felt drawn to do this. So I love helping people. I love helping people so much, and I love just making things easier for other people. So when I found out that these oils made things so much easier for me at a time where like shit was not easy at all, I figure like I have to help people with this. Like, I just want to show people that they don't have to struggle. They don't have to have all these little tiny issues, like to open up more room for all the good things they want to think about, and not the fact that they have allergies or their head hurts or, you know, all the stupid crap that we could just get rid of so you can focus on the good. So, you know, it just helped me so much during that time. I don't even know if the people in the group really know how things were at that time, but it just gave me such a good distraction. And in addition to that, it surrounded me with these amazing people who just want to get better. Like, I never thought if I started selling essential oils that I was going to meet all these people who just wanted to make their lives better, and in turn made my life so much better. They introduced me to so many authors and ideas and concepts and things that I would have never given the time to before. And I think that I'm more grateful for that than I am any part of like the business part. I absolutely love the community. I love the fact that everyone that we work with just wants to help people and to make things better. No one is pushy. No one is salesy. Nobody is like, you know, hit your quota, start selling oils. Like, we don't even talk like that. No one talks like that at all. We're just like, oh my God, this lady just texted me and she said her baby finally slept. And we're all like, oh my God, that's amazing. And we all like geek out about it. My hesitancy, honestly, at first was that this is an MLM, right? And can't we all agree that like the world is like, oh my God, MLMs are like the devil, and they're going to come up at your house and they're going to ruin your friendships. And that's just a jacked up societal view of that. I read today that Jeff Bezos is going to be the first trillionaire, right? America's first trillionaire. I think I read that. Why do we need to keep giving Jeff Bezos our money? Like, I would rather give you guys my money than give it to these rich people that don't need anymore. And I feel like that's what I want to start saying to people when they start, you know, giving crap about MLMs. Like, these are people you love who want to help you. Like, I don't know. That's, you know, that's my sidebar. Financially, I'm not looking to quit my job necessarily with this because I love my job as a teacher. But as I said before, it's not a lucrative salary. Like I'm not killing it financially as a teacher. All of my teacher friends have some sort of side hustle for the most part to do other things. And I couldn't love this side hustle more than anything because it just aligns with my personal values and my views on the world so very much. I love this company so much. I love what they do for the world. I love their co-impact sourcing. It brings tears to my eyes when I see these stories and these places around the world and how they're just making things better. It's like, I just want to work with that so much. Financially, it helps me with, my girls and the extra stuff that we need. It helps with holidays. It helps with trips. It's all those things. But honestly, like I love it the most just for what it does for me personally and the people that I get to meet and the people that I get to connect with and learn about their families and just help make their lives better is just so awesome. And so it's basically super simple. Like you just use your oils and then you share them and you teach other people about them. Like that's all we do. It's just kind of help make things better. So that's that. So if that's something that strikes you and you feel like that's something that you're curious about learning more about, like definitely talk to the person that added you to it because we just love loving on people and bringing them into our crew and just like laughing real hard with them and stuff and going to cool places and just like huffing oils all day. So that's my story.
Thanks, Christine. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'm going to say that was an understatement, okay? Because that was like the greatest thing I've ever seen before. And I have people like her texting me like, I can't even believe that she's just amazing. Like,
You do.
And also, I would like to say that Christine Ferry would be legit dead were it not for essential oils. Like she would be buried in a grave somewhere. And we would have been like, she tried, but she's dead. Emotionally. Like we all who know her, thank God that she found oils because we can't believe that she is alive after the situation that she endured with her former spouse.
Yeah, that is accurate. Because you just gotta laugh at the hard times, right?
And I was a very reluctant customer.
My sister actually just started using her own oils like maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never look back. Never look back.
Now she's taking her vitamins every day.
I'm a hard sell, but once I'm in, I go hard.
She's 100%. So, do you guys have any other questions?
I'm gonna let somebody else talk.
Does anyone have any questions, like a business type stuff that you wanted to talk about, or like if you want to get into my divorce, we could do that off screen.
My kids are coming back, so I'm gonna mute it.
All right. I think this has been great. I hope that it was helpful to you guys. I hope that you walked away with some new information. And we love you all. And thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you. It was awesome, Christine, and it was good to see you.
So good to see you, Anne. Thank you so much.
Good job, Christine.
Thank you.
Be safe.
You too.
I can't believe I have to follow you up next week. P.S. I can't believe that you decided to use essential oils after that awful post in Mainline Parent Community.
I know. That's because you guys you live close by to me. So I was like, I'll hang out with you guys.
Those people were awful that were posting on there. I'm glad that you found us.
They were really mean. They were like, overpriced losers. And I was like, what?
Yeah. I'm glad you found us.
I just want to huff oils with people, guys.
I think
Well, that's what you got.
I think I went to a couple of those classes with you in the beginning, Christine. Like I remember being at the church.
Nicole,
being
you
at Lucy's place.
You took me to Ruthie's when Ruthie was in the other place, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, which was so awesome.
And now look at you.
Oh my God, right? Look how
there.
far I've come.
You're not.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much. This was so fun. All right, I'm going to